racy season as the world's fastest 5K blooms anew. Hi everybody, Tony Revis along with American running legend Bev Kopleski, also a co-runner of the Carlsbad 5000 in Mel. Here we are at the 37th running of the world's fastest 5K. It's a grand rite of spring tradition here in the San Diego area. You've been on both sides of the starting line, and now we're going to do a little bit of a, analysis of the women's and the men's races. What kind of day is it so far? You've run in the openers.
After a tough weekend in San Diego with the rain, it's a perfect day in Carlsbad, and just delighted to be able to be part of the 37 running of the Carlsbad. The men's and the women's field is great, and for me to be at that elite field back in the days, it was great. It's a fast course, the world's fastest 5K, and not easy. There's a couple of U-turns, but they got to be tactically smart to be able to have a great race.
You finished fourth in this race. Once you finished seventh as well. Now, it wasn't part of your focus back then, but it was always had these fabulous fields. What is it about Carlsbad that makes people run so fast, even though you have a course with two 180-degree turns?
Tim Murphy, Michael Long, Tracy Sandland, those great visionaries to bring the best of the best here. I try to break the American record. I remember Michael Long asked me to come to the 13:24 Mark Davis record. I went out so hard to try to break a record, and I died the last 2 miles, and then eventually the next year I ran conservative and came in the last miles. I ran the same exact time, 13:34.
All right, let's get down to the starting line for the men's competition. Runners, set, go! As the men are underway at the 2023 Carlsbad 5000, presented by National University.
And this is the 37th running of the Carlsbad 5000. Looks like a very tight niche of the group of runners. So not big field, but at the same time it's going to be a quality field to see whose strengths is going to be coming out to the end, and know your strengths and weaknesses of all the competitors. It's a fast course.
Can't be a fast course, but you gotta move. Just said historically, Sammy Kipketer's sub 400 miles in 2000 and 2001. Oh, is that Jacob Mitchum? Jacob Mitchum, he's a 13:48 man on the track for 5,000 meters, runs for the San Diego Track Club. Right behind him in yellow is Reed Buchanan, who is the veteran on this course. He was second here last year and third in 2019 before COVID knocked out 2 years. So he's got a third and a second, and he's the one that really wants to get on that top step.
It's one thing to know the course, but it helps when we compete on it. So like Buchanan's have done last year and in 2019, so he knows the course really well, so he can use his strategy to optimize to get the best out of himself.
White top, red shorts, that's Edwin Kurgat, 26 years of age. He's actually now a graduate assistant at his alma mater, Iowa State University in Ames, and he was the 2019 NCAA cross-country champion for Iowa State. So he is, on paper, I would think, the favorite in the race. He just hasn't had a lot of racing over the last calendar year as he's made the transition from a college athlete to a professional. But his last race we saw him, it was a cross-country race in Austin, Texas on the 1st of December of 2022, 8 kilometers. But look who he beat. Yara Degusa, who's killing it this year. Commonwealth Games 1,500-meter champion Ali Orr, American Olympian Joe Klecker, New Zealand's Jordy Beamish, Wesley Kiptoo. That's a hell of a field he beat in cross-country in December. So he's the man on the right of the screen, following our early leader, Jake Mitchum.
It looks like Edwin has done a great job at the end of the year, and he's doing a system course at his alma mater, and just gotta be ready for the stage. He was ready for that day, and now it looks like he's ready. We're just stacking behind him and Jake already.
And these guys have not raced one another. I don't think this field knows one another or has raced one another, so it's all kind of running in the dark, and that makes a bit of a difference, wouldn't you say?
It does, and we have five-man field right now, so it's kind of already solidified who's going to be the top contenders here. 5 people, and then again narrowed down to 4 and 3, and hopefully we'll have a great finish.
The men have been running for about 3 minutes right now, but let's go back to the starting line on Grand Avenue, where the women are just that interesting. No pacers. It's a race. You have to be able to think on your feet out there.
Absolutely. I think this is a combination of both. It's fast, and it's also very important to win the title. So you have your competitors to guide off, but at the same time, you gotta know when to make the moves.
And it's always interesting to see how aggressively they take off, or who assumes the lead, or actually grabs the lead. There's a difference between the two. Then somebody lets you go to the front or so I want that lead.
You know, this is very a mean start, or out of road races, you gotta try to make a start really quick to break away from the masses. But here you can settle down early on and not able to get out of your comfort zone early. So you have, road racing, the beauty of road races, you have space, so you don't have to be so uptight.
People with experience on this course have a bit of an advantage. You're talking to Reed Buchanan. He was saying, I've run it twice, I've been second and third. So in many ways, I have a map of the course in my head.
Look like, very comfortable. You can tell the wind is head on right now, so it's, through his hair, you can tell that it's not behind him.
And he has gone to the lead in second place. Right behind him, Gonzalo Cruz Lopez, 24, out of Tijuana, Mexico. So just a really quick drive up across the border from Tijuana to San Diego and up to Carlsbad. Even though he's from Tijuana, it's his first time here running the Carlsbad 5,000. So in just over 2 minutes, off Grand Avenue to turn on the Carlsbad Boulevard, which is the main stretch of this race. Underneath the Carlsbad sign, soldiering on. And then, of course, the great thing about this race course, it's fan-friendly, and so many of the people lining this part of the course have run in one of the many races that started at 7 o'clock this morning in the age and gender-specific competitions. And in the men's race, here's that first of 180-degree turnaround. Yeah, and what you do is you have to downshift to go around the corner. Now you got to power back up. And this is where there's usually some separation. It's up a grade and into the headwind, and that makes a big difference.
Looking about on that course is great because, it was a little bit downhill going out. Now it's a little incline coming out, but you have to make that U-turn there. And yes, the World Cross Country was a very challenging course, but here they have the ocean view and, the pavement. There's not a lot of obstacles except your competitor.
It almost looked like Reed Buchanan kind of came off the gas a little bit right there. That was on purpose. It's like you can feel that headwind. And what am I doing? This is going to cost me. If I continue to do this leading like this, it'll cost me. And he's letting Edwin Kurgat take the lead more than Kurgat surging in front.
This is Edwin Kurgat taking a move here. Sometimes you don't want to go all the leading. He was been tacked in behind Buchanan and Jamie earlier. So now it's got about 2 miles to go probably, or maybe less, and be able to just push the pace and want to make an honest race.
Okay, let's go back to the women now. Laura Galvan in the blue top from Mexico. She ran the 10, the Sound running race up in San Juan Capistrano, California on March 4th. She set a national record of 31 minutes and 4 seconds.
That's more than...
She was third in that race. And she really has taken a strong hold on this race. Grace Barnett Stallnaker.
Laura Galvan.